Bum, 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 bum. Hello, everyone out there in the land of the internet. It's time once again for another round of Thursday movie questions. That's right. I've been playing the Thursday movie question game for a long time, but I took a long hiatus because everybody left home and we became empty nesters. But tonight, in honor of one of my favorite holiday or Thanksgiving movies, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, we're going to be doing our Thursday movie question, and we're going to be focusing on none other than Steve Martin. So, hello out there in Facebook and YouTube land. I've got some trivia questions for you about Steve Martin movies. So, a variety of Steve Martin movies. He's been in a lot of movies, and I only scratched the surface. I was really picking some of my favorites. So, I would love to know. The first thing I want to know from you is I would love to know, what is your favorite Steve Martin movie? We'll see if I have some trivia for you. So in the chat, let me know. Let me know what's your favorite Steve Martin movie. And if you don't like Steve Martin, then you tell us why. But he's wide range, right? Mostly comedies, but here and there, like little dramatic moments. So what's your favorite Steve Martin role or your favorite Steve Martin film? I will be checking in on Facebook if I can multitask. Normally, I have a sidekick with me, but Mackenzie's not around anymore. She's off in Texas, and CJ is up in Oregon. So it's just me and you guys. So let's see if I can click on this, and there we go. We've already got a couple of comments coming in. Awesome. Oh, good. Carol's here and Mike's here. Oh, and good. Sherry's in the living room, but she's watching. Nice. And she says Roxanne is her favorite. That's definitely one of my favorite. So like I said, I decided to, oh, look, I'm Steve Martin now. I decided to start this Steve Martin tangent because Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is really my favorite movie that has to deal with Thanksgiving and traveling during the holidays. So here's your first question. Do you know what rating Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is? Is it PG, PG-13, R, or NC-17? So what did Planes, Trains, and Automobiles get? What rating did it get? And perhaps you know why. So leave that in the chat, and I'm going to check your answers in just a moment. But first, let's move on to our first real movie trivia question. Can you name this movie? What is the name of this movie? Did you guess? Let's see. Some people are guessing about Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Carol has said it's rated PG, and Mike Davis has said it's rated PG. And that it is not. It's rated R. And the reason it is rated R is all because of this scene. Steve Martin uses a lot of profanity in this scene. He says the F word many, many times in this scene. All right, I see Carol Rock and Mike Davies and Sherry have all answered correctly. This is a scene from The Jerk. That's a scene from The Jerk. Very good. So that's pretty easy, looking at an image, guessing it. So we'll mix it up a little bit. Who is the director of The Jerk? So there's your bonus question. Who is the director of The Jerk? While you're typing in those answers, I'll move on to the next movie. Let's see if you can name this movie from this image. This film was made directly after The Jerk, and so people were surprised by it because it was not a wacky, zany comedy. It was sort of a dramatic, at times, musical. And so what is the name of this movie starring Steve Martin? If I could sing, I would hum some of the songs. They're old Tin Pan Alley songs. For director, I think Carol Rock said Right Mab. I don't think that's correct. I think that you're trying to write the name correctly, but I don't think that's right. And Sherry and Carol they're tied now. They've guessed it. It is Pennies from Heaven. Yes, Pennies from Heaven. Look how handsome Steve Martin is there, right? He's showing off his dramatic skills with Bernadette Peters. Pennies from Heaven features a tap dance number by this actor. Who is this actor from Pennies from Heaven doing a sexy, jazzy tap dance number? Let's see who is going to be the first person to name this actor based upon this photo. I know it's a little grainy. Trying to see if I can. Carol Rock got the director correct. It is, yes. Oh, no, it was not Reitman. It was Carl Reiner, Carol. Carl Reiner directed that. But you did get Pennies from Heaven actor Christopher Walken. So good job, Carol. Back in rare form. I knew you'd be back, Carol. As soon as I started doing this again, I knew you'd show up, and you're doing a great job. All right. Well, my wife mentioned that this is one of her favorite Steve Martin movies. So can you name this movie and also name the play that this movie is based off of? So what is the name of this Steve Martin movie, and what is the play upon which it is based? Look at the live chat. Carol says we need more cowbell. That's right, from Christopher Walken. And Carol, you're right. It is Roxanne. And do you know what? Oh, and Elda comes in with Roxanne and Cyrano de Bergerac. And that is correct. Very good. And I think Carol was typing that as well, but didn't quite get it in there. Yes, typo, she said. Yes, and I guess Cyrano is making a comeback with Peter Dinklage is playing Cyrano in a new movie that's out now. All right, another Roxanne question. Here's a little visual clue. What is his occupation? So Steve Martin's character, what is his occupation in Roxanne? It's not a tennis player, although he is using a racket. So, but what's his day job in Roxanne? That's right. Sherry got it right. He's a fire chief. All right. Here's one of my favorite and one of the silliest Steve Martin movies. Should be easy for you to name this, and probably easy for the trivia question. So, what's the name of this movie? And more importantly, what is the name of what's the name of the actors who play the other two companions of this movie? So he stars with two other people, two other Saturday alum, who... Elda's right. It is the Three Amigos. And what are the two other actors that comprise the Three Amigos? I know this trivia stuff is very easy today, but I've been gone a while, so I'm throwing out some softballs here. Who starred with Steve Martin? And Carol comes in. Oh, also Mike Davies got it. Chevy Chase and Martin Short. Carol came in second. Sherry's third. Very good. It certainly is these the Three Amigos. Each one has been on Saturday Night Live. Actually, technically, Steve Martin was never a full-on cast member. He just hosted so many times. He hosted 15 times. And here's a bonus question: who's the only star to host Saturday Night Live more than Steve Martin? Steve Martin has hosted it 15 times. This other person has hosted 17 times. So who has hosted more than Steve Martin is your next question. And speaking of Saturday Night Live, your other question is, because we have Saturday Night alumni. I can't talk. Chevy Chase and Martin Short. But there were two other actors in the Three Amigos who were also from Saturday Night Live. Can you name two other actors from the Three Amigos who were from Saturday Night Live who had cameos in the Three Amigos? Bobby says, I'm on delay, I think. Sorry for the late answers. That's okay. Mike Davis, you got it correct. Alec Baldwin. And I see your answers, Bobby. They're on there. Yes, so Alec Baldwin has hosted more often than Steve Martin. Here are the images of the two actors I'm talking about. That should give it away. Who are these Saturday Night Live alumni who are having a cameo in the Steve Martin movie? One of them did a lot of voice work for The Simpsons and sadly passed away years ago. Carol has one correct, John Levitt. And Mike Davis comes in with the other one, Phil Hartman and John Levitt's. Very good. All right. Can you name this movie? We just see the back of his head, but I'm hoping that you can name this Steve Martin movie, which is also one of my a lot of the ones from the 80s are my favorite in the Steve Martin category. That, of course, is Lily Tomlin in the mirror. Sherry got it right. She's the first one that I've read. All of Me. So All of Me featured not just Lily Tomlin and, of course, Steve Martin, but this, I believe, is where Steve Martin met his first wife. Do you know the name of Steve Martin's first wife? I'll even show you a photo of her. So she co-stars in this. She actually plays a bad guy in All of Me. Mike Davies guessed The Man with No Brain. That was a good guess, but it was not correct. It's All of Me. So who's this lady that married Steve Martin in real life? And she appears in at least two Steve Martin movies, including All of Me. Very good, Elda. It is Victoria Tennant. And do you know the title of the other Steve Martin movie, which features Victoria Tennant? I'll show you an image. So there's Victoria Tennant, and there's Steve Martin. This was another film they made a few years after All of Me. This movie cracked me up. It doesn't seem to. I don't hear people talking about this movie, but this movie made me laugh very hard. And it is, Elda is right, and so is Mike. It is L.A. Story. So L.A. Story features Victoria Tennant, who is the girl in the sort of the bikini top plays for a short time plays the girlfriend of Steve Martin. Who is that actress? You can't see her too well. So who's the actress that is kind of strutting around on the beach, has long frizzy hair? Carol says it's my favorite, so I'm sure Carol and other people can guess who this actress is. Carol's right. It's Sarah Jessica Parker. Yeah, so one of my favorite scenes in LA Story is when he's just rolling around he's on roller skates in the museum. I think that's great. All right, I've designed this one to be tricky, but you guys are pretty sharp, so you probably won't fall for my trap. So can you name this movie? Can you name this Steve Martin movie or this movie featuring Steve Martin? It's really more of like a special guest or a cameo. What is this movie? Carol says, my favorite scene is when he drives one parking spot to his neighbor's house, right? Because nobody drives in LA. I also like it when the people at the four-way stop, they try to wave each other through and they hit each other. Mike Davies fell for my trap. So did Sherry. Who else is going to guess Little Shop of Horrors? It's not. Here's another image from it. It's not Little Shop of Horrors. It's something else. It's another musical movie. This is before Little Shop. And this is a movie that if you haven't seen this movie, it's probably okay. I don't know that it's a good movie to watch. If there were any Beatles or Bee Gee fans in here. No, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. It's nice to hear from you. Sarah guesses Pennies from Heaven. It's not Pennies from Heaven, although that's a good guess. We already covered Pennies from Heaven, actually. No, this was a musical that has to do with it stars the Bee Gees, but it's about the Beatles, or it's not about the Beatles. It's using music from the Beatles. Carol got it. It is from Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And in this one, Steve Martin plays Maxwell Silverhandle, or actually Maxwell Edison, I think. But he sings the song "Bang Bang Maxwell's Silverhammer." All right, another one of my all-time favorite movies with Steve Martin. What a wonderful expression! This is not the live-action Toy Story. It's a movie that came out in the late '80s, I think, very late '80s. And what is the title of this family comedy? Sherry got it first, I think. Parenthood. Very good. Now, Sherry or anybody else, can you tell me the name of the character he is playing? Like, what does he's doing a birthday party here. What does he call himself? What is his namesake? Sarah has a great quote from Parenthood. You're an amalgam. I remember that. It's like, what? I'm a damn amalgam? Sherry says, that is my favorite movie. Well, what does he call himself? What's the name? What's his party character name? I'll show you another image. And if you can name so I want the name of what is Steve Martin's character's name here, his party character name. That's what I prefer. And also, what is he making out of balloons? What has he made? It's a quote. If you know the quote. What'd you say? Sherry's trying to put the name, and Facebook's forcing her to tag somebody. Well, I say, Sherry says Rodeo Bob. That is not correct, Sherry. But I like it. Nope, it's not Rodeo. It's not Rodeo Bob. I'll give you a hint. He's taking the place of someone named Cowboy Dan. He's taken the place of someone named Cowboy Dan. And what is he making with the? I'm trying to see if. What's he making out of those balloons? All right, I finally got you. I got you, everybody. People don't know this apparently. Oh, Sherry got the name Cowboy Gill. This is Cowboy Gill. And Sherry, do you know what he? Sherry's in the other room. Hey, Sherry, do you know what he's making with the balloons? Yes, your lower intestines. That's what he's making. All right, our final round. We're going back to my favorite Thanksgiving movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I have some people on YouTube that are actually talking to me. Alan Kennedy has guessed Parenthood. That's right. Yeah, good. So thank you, Alan. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, one of my favorite movies. Can you name, we'll go back to character names. Can you name either Steve Martin's character or John Candy's character? And of course, if you can name both of them, that would be awesome. I know John Candy's character name very well. This was a movie that when I worked at the movie theater, I would clean up the theater, and so the song that played at the end would have little catchphrases saying his character's name. But I had to look up Steve Martin's name. So what's the character names of our two stars? Steve Martin plays who, and who does what's the character name of John Candy? Let's see if anybody's got it yet. Character names are they don't stick with me too often. Oh, Sarah says she detests this movie. Oh, I want to know why, Sarah. Tell us why you detest it. There are many scenes in the movies that make me squirm because of this. there's some just yucky moments. Sarah says, "Do you get points for knowing the movie theater you used to work at?" Yes, yes. Tell everybody if you remember where I worked at. It doesn't exist anymore. The movie theater it's all torn down. It became a Kohl's. So every once in a while, I go into the middle of Kohl's and I put down a rose. All right, I'm going to tell you the answers now. Del Griffith is the name of the John Candy's character, and Neil Page is the name of our dear friend Steve Martin's character. And the last bit of trivia, there is a cameo from this actor in Planes, Trains, and Automobile. And I'm just wondering if you can guess who is this actor based upon this close-up of just the eyes and the nose. Sarah's correct. It was the Grand Cinemas Alderwood. Yes. So in this scene, Steve Martin is trying to get a cab, and he looks across the street, and he sees this other younger man that's also going to try to get the same cab, and they look at each other. It's like a Western moment, and they stare each other down, and then they make a break for the cab. And Sarah is correct. It is Kevin Bacon. Very good, Sarah. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for playing my Steve Martin themed trivia game. I might come back next Thursday and do this again because I have missed doing the Thursday movie question. It was fun doing it while my kids were here, but it could be fun if it's just me, I guess. So thanks very much for playing, and I'll see everybody later. You know what? I'm not going to do it next Thursday because it's Thanksgiving. Maybe I'll do it the Thursday after that. So have a great Thanksgiving, and I'll see you later.